Hi, Shuvodeep. Thank you for coming on this show. And you have worked in the patents field for 7 years. How is the current COVID-19 situation affecting the industry in general? Any major changes you've seen in the last few months?
Yes, certainly. I think the IP fraternity, I don't think so, would be anyway excused in view of the COVID that has affected. I don't think so. Any discipline that would remain unaffected, I don't think so. So definitely patents and IPR industry would have affected by now, and would definitely be affected in one way or the other. I think that we can discuss in detail that how exactly that has affected. But overall, if I say the scenario in India, primarily all the necessary actions, like for the lockdown, basically where a lot of people cannot come down to offices, private offices, to the stakeholders, and even the government offices where all this examination and other things are being conducted. So all the things are suspended for the moment. So in the private sector, in the stakeholders, otherwise they are working, because I think this industry per se, a majority of work can be done in-house. I mean to say, you need not have to go to the office to do some work, although there are a lot of aspects in terms of like there are physical documents, annexures, and other things has to be posted to the patent offices. However, like for the homeworks and other assignments, they're all like computer based. So most of the attorneys or the people working until unless of confidential, few companies do not allow laptops to, and portable computing machines to bring alongside. So I think those companies or those stakeholders would be a little affected, because now that not a lot of people can gather in one place. However, the online filing systems and other things are still being like they are entertaining all of this.
Oh, wow. So this it sounds like COVID-19 is really affecting you guys in India, at least on the legal sector. And how is this current situation affecting your specific practice in terms of deadlines or requirements, volume of work, workflows?
So I'm a patents and design attorney. So practicing all aspect of patents in my previous employers with, and right now also in my current employer, I work with the patents and design in particular. So the aspect that I see in Indian patent offices, they're also, as I said, like they are suspended for this moment. So all the deadlines that were falling from 23rd of March till 3rd of May would be now postponed later on. Okay, so no new file. So although the online filing systems right now is enabled for the persons or whoever want to file those systems. So thankfully, we shifted back in 2014 or 2015 around to this online particularly. Otherwise, our whole system was only on the physical side primarily. But because the major shift of the digitization in India and the IPO internal in patent offices, they have been able to move. I think now swiftly we've been able to work. I think the practice is quite now matured enough that people and the attorneys and other clients are also now comfortable going through the online platform.
Many companies are cutting back on their filing, as well as limiting the numbers of foreign filing applications, of filing applications in foreign countries because of the crisis. They're worried about the financial impact that this is having on their company. So you work for the electric vehicle patents at MotoCorp. Do you see any impact going on with regards to MotoCorp?
To precisely talk about what you're saying, is because of the lockdown, there are a lot of impacts on the financial side for the company. So will there be any impact in terms of the strategies for filing that we adopt right now for the foreign filing specifically, or maybe domestic anyways? So to answer to this question, I would say not much difference that would create right now. So I'm not very sure about how other companies would work, but because of the company where I work right now, and given the size of the company and the budget that we have, I don't think so would be much of a constraint in terms of the budget that we have, and otherwise also the vertical that I'm working for. The electrical vertical or the EV vertical in particular that I'm handling right now are on all aspects are only investment. So there is no return that we are expecting anytime soon right now. So everything that goes is in terms of investment. So if that has been, I would say that has matured enough, and right now we were looking for a return from those investment, we could have taken a decision. But the phase is right now on the investment front mainly. So, because to mature those EV vehicles and electrical, the portfolio of the patents that we are building right now are for the future. So I don't, and every company around the world is rushing onto EV and otherwise. So I think that would be a golden opportunity for us, in fact, to, rise the filing or rise the number of patents to create a market barrier, to create a leap ahead if we can do it. Because like if you talk about the startups, or if you talk about the smaller sized companies or firms, they would definitely have to look from a budget point of view. Because I would say, how do they cut? They would start to look from the perspective of in-house filing or in-house doing all the projects, then those of outsourcing, because there are a lot of aspect, or there are a lot of work that are being outsourced, and there are a lot of work that are done in-house. So to cut a budget, I think the first step would be to stop outsourcing few things and try to do those things in-house. So if this is the case, we can expect for those smaller size firms or companies or startups would initially try to do more things in-house, and later on maybe cut to the portfolio that whichever patents are not working or not the word, not to continue with those patents. Because that's what I know to this industry, and my friends, colleagues distributed across like in India with other companies or the firms, actually people have started adopting this okay, how to cut down with this outsourcing thing first, and in-house deciding on the on the portfolio and the patents, identifying those patents which may not be worth going ahead with. So yes, that's a point that people are definitely considering to reduce or cut short of the budget. But whoever can afford it, I think that this will be a golden opportunity to go ahead, build your thing.